I secretly made a roguelike survival deck builder card game. Wow, it's a mouthful, and here's what it looks like. And if you're interested in playtesting it, stick to the end or visit Castlemancer.com. This video is sponsored by Walling, but more on that later, and thank you to these patrons over on Patreon. You may be asking yourself, hey Michael, I thought you were making an RPG army builder game called Muster. And that's where you'd be correct. I am, but the scope of Muster was so large that I wanted a smaller project I could kind of work on to get more experience with the later stages of game development that I could then implement in Muster. So don't worry, Muster is still underway, as I think it's a really cool concept. I just have to really grind it out, and work and life has been busy lately. Now I'm presenting my new game, Castlemancer, which I've been mostly building in secret with some hints sprinkled through some previous videos and posts. So the background of the game is that I was actually trying to participate in Ludwig's game jam, where the theme was Coots, which is his cat, and I had this idea of sort of like a survival turn-based game like 60 Seconds in a sort of medieval setting. Now I didn't finish the game in time for the game jam, unfortunately, but I really liked the idea and decided to continue refining it. You may also be asking yourself, hey Michael, isn't 2 game dev side projects too much to work on at once? And again, you're right, it is too much, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but it's time to press on. But in reality, 2 side projects is actually OP, because when you get bored on one, you can just switch to the other and vice versa. But here is the current state of Castlemancer. Let me set the scene. You are the archmage of Castle Conjure, a renowned castle for curious wizards and witches. But a large enemy army is sieging your precious castle in hopes of capturing the powerful magic that lies within. Every turn you have to manage 3 primary resources: magical essence that acts sort of like a food for the wizards within the walls, as well as the main resource you use to cast powerful spells. Wizards, which represents how many wizards are currently able to defend Castle Conjure. The more wizards you have, the more protection and fighting strength, but the more magical essence you lose per turn. And happiness. A siege is a miserable affair. As the days go by, your wizards will get more wary. If any of these resources fall too low, you risk your castle getting overrun. But fear not, you have powerful spells to protect you throughout the siege. Some spells increase your magical essence. Some prevent resource decay entirely. Some increase the effectiveness of other spells. And of course, there are more offensive spells as well. You can cast offensive spells to decrease the enemy army's numbers, but also you may want to save some of them in case of invaders that breach the walls. In addition to invaders, you will encounter random events that will force you to make a choice. How long can you last? Or how fast can you defeat the enemy and compete against each other in an upcoming leaderboard? So now that the cringe has passed and you have the context, I want to briefly mention how I'm planning to get wider playtesters. So the first round will go to any tier patron on Patreon. So if you want to be first on the list, no matter what tier you're on, you'll get priority access as well as more direct communication with me when I finish up the vertical slice demo. Depending on the results of the Patreon, it will then go to our Discord members, so I'll set up a separate channel for playtesting and feedback. Then depending on how effective that was, I'll message people who sign up for the email list at Castlemancer.com, as well as give broader communication through that channel as well. So those are the 3 primary methods I've been thinking about to get a broader audience of playtesters after friends and family. So even if you don't want to playtest it and just want to hear about major milestones and an upcoming release date, you can sign up free again at Castlemancer.com. I'm also working on the Steam page, so you can wishlist there as well. Now I don't feel like the demo is entirely done, but it's pretty close. I have a lot of the functionality and just need to tidy it up, so likely a few more weeks of work, as I will also be traveling soon and can't fully work on it. But I am really excited to get to some of the later stages of game development like demos and betas, so let me know if you have any suggestions or tips regarding that. And with all this stuff going on, it can get pretty hard to track everything, which is where this video sponsor Walling can help. Walling is great for visualizing pretty much every aspect of game development because it's an extremely clean and visual tool. Everything can be on a single wall, so you can basically have a one-stop shop for everything related to your game, from your game brief, ideas, character information, to quests and code blocks. Walling is also really great for collaboration. You can invite your team to your wall to work together in real time. You can all add ideas, leave comments, and assign tasks to different team members. And this all really streamlines a lot of the work if you're not sitting directly next to someone. Also, I love the clean and minimalist aesthetic that Walling has, which which definitely helps it as a productivity tool. And when it comes time to share your wall with others, you can really impress them by presenting your work on beautifully designed walls. You can now customize the wall colors to perfectly match your brand, add your logo, and choose from a variety of text fonts to create a really unique display. And Walling has a new free plan that allows you to add unlimited blocks and use the app to organize and manage your projects for free. Visit walling.app to create a free account and start organizing your ideas and projects. Thank you to Walling for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael. We make college advice, career advice, game development, computer science, tech type videos. If any of that does sound interesting, consider subscribing to the channel and liking this video to help you boy out with that YouTube algorithm. If you have any suggestions for me, whether it comes to game development or YouTube videos you might want to see, or just any general life suggestions, please comment them down below because I appreciate all sorts of feedback and general suggestions. Again, check out Castlemancer.com if you're interested. We do bad British accents at the end of every video. Check out one of my past videos and my past self would thank you dearly, and check out one of my future videos and my future self would also thank you dearly. That's all from me. Hopefully I see you in another one. Bye-bye.